Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Web and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Web.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Web.
Hello. What's up, Smith?
What up, buddy? I'm Smith. That's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers. This is the Wager Maker Podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is the Wager Maker Podcast number 56, Webb.
56, brick by brick, Smith, brick by brick. This is a fairly easy number, right? We're all on LT. Giant, obviously, I do have my issues with that, but the man did change the game, and he did go to the University of North Carolina, so I can kind of and his love for cocaine is duly noted, so I could wrap my mind. I could look past he was drafted by the Giants, so I got no problem with number 56. But there was a couple. My man Belfi, I was just with the boys at the bar here watching the game, and he had Sergei Zubov was number 56, a big hockey guy. Belfi, you got to forgive him. He's from Minnesota, so. Yeah. All
right. We'll have to. Maybe we'll ask him next week. So this is going to be our NBA pick show, NBA kickoff restart, however you want to call it. Next show will be just so everybody knows it's the NHL. Obviously, Webb number 56 is pretty easy one for me. I don't even know what the guy's name is. The hockey guy that you just mentioned. I'm sure he's very good, but
Hall of Famer.
He can't be an LT.
No.
To me, I'm going to go further than he's the best 56 to ever play the game. Webb. I'm going further than that. I'm going to say Lawrence Taylor is the best football player to ever play the game of football.
Well,
fight me.
Listen, you're trying to stir the pot here because he's a Giant or whatever. I'm not. That's hard to dispute. Again, I did say he changed the game. He revolutionized certainly the linebacker position and the sack or whatever. I got love for LT. I don't know. It's weird for me to say that. That's probably maybe the only. I can't think of another Giant I would say that about. Dude was a baller. It's it's unquestionable. It's like someone telling me that, and someone who's not a North Carolina fan saying Michael Jordan wasn't the man. That's just a silly thing to say. So I can't argue with you. Again, is he the best football player? He's in there. I can't come back at you hard because there's not anything that we can, and you know what the best thing. I think we saw that NFL Films thing against the Jets. I think it was. He's like, y'all just gonna have to do better than this.
Right.
So again, it's weird for me to give so much love to a Giant, but he was a bad man, no doubt.
Right. It's funny. When I brought up on the Wager Makers talk group.
Yep.
The Wager Makers podcast talk group that 56, and I think he's the best player ever. Todd Lewis actually mentioned in Freehold High School watching some of those NFL film shows where he gets, we're gonna get like a bunch of crazed dogs and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So and you're yelling at y'all got to do better than this when
that's just classic shit.
So I know we're not much on stat. This is a guy. He's got the stats. He's got the accolades. But just when we talk about the eye test, I mean, this dude. You say change the game. Just explosive. This guy's a really a pass rushing linebacker. Webb. He had 9 interceptions in his career, so almost one a year. 1986, he was the MVP. Only one other defensive NFL player has ever got the MVP. It was Alan Page in 1971. So I was 1 year old then. Can't talk on that.
Is that for real? It's only been one other defensive player. Really? Wow.
I think I read that today. Unless I totally. So I was doing research today. I thought you might have some backlash for me, so I was going to come up with some stats.
No, listen. When the man is the man, you got to kind of give it up.
Yep. So 3-time NFL defensive player of the year, 2-time NFC player of the year, 1981 rookie of the year. There's an NFL defensive rookie of the year, 1980 ACC player of the year. Speaking of your North Carolina Tar Heels or whatever the team formerly known as the Tar Heels.
Don't even start that. Now you want to start a pot, right?
All right. 56 forced fumbles in his career, Webb. 56. Funny, that's his jersey number. 130 sacks. The dude, like I say, the accolades are there. 2-time world champion. But just the eye test, dude. Nobody changed the game in my eyes more than this guy, and that includes, hey, if you want to have talks about offensive players or whatever. I'm talking about this is the best football player to me that's ever played the game. I'm not even a Giants fan. I just this guy did it all. This guy did it all. I was glad to be there in New Jersey at a time when there wasn't the DirecTV Sunday ticket so much, and I watched a whole lot of Lawrence Taylor games.
Right. Well, we had no choice.
Whether I wanted to or not.
Right.
And this guy's the best football player to ever play the game in my eyes. Put it that way.
Again, it's hard to, I don't even, the stats don't matter in this thing. The same thing. Like, I don't want to keep bringing up other greats like MJ or whoever else. You watched it, he was that good. Doesn't matter what the stats were. I have a distinct memory. I don't know what year it was that they were playing the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving, obviously, and he picked the ball off. It had to go 90. It had to be 99. I'm sure it was 90. It might have been 100 yards. It was at least 99 yards going the other way, a pick six. He was just crazy. Like, he could do everything. Sacks, interceptions. He said forced fumbles. I mean, I wasn't paying attention to playing the run. It didn't really matter. The dude was everywhere. He was an animal. So I have a very hard time.
He played a run. He'd be on one side. He played a run sweep going all the way to the.
Right. Well, you want to talk sideline to sideline, right? I don't want to. Again, the eye test is enough. The dude was, definitely the baddest. He's top 5, whatever the number is going to be.
No doubt. All right. So moving on, Webb. It's a great fucking day today, Webb.
Christmas morning, baby.
It's a great day. I don't know this. We're taping this episode on Thursday evening, July 23rd, I think, 24th. What's today? July 23rd.
23rd.
Right now, Webb, you can't see it in the picture, but when I look just over here to my right, over here is a TV screen. And on it is the Yankees versus the Washington Nationals baseball game played right now.
Feels good. How about that? What's this? Still 3-1?
4-1. Yankees up, bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Nats had a man on base.
That was a big deal. That was a big pick for the wager makers. And Smith, it was funny. I've been thinking about this. This is a classic bookie get rich game. Like, everyone, East Coast bias, regardless that the Nationals, we all give them their props. A hell of a run last year, no doubt. Much respect. But everybody, I don't know anybody who wasn't betting the Yankees today. So it's one of these things. Listen, I jumped in both feet, deep end of the pool. So hopefully they bring it in.
Well, I haven't put that in yesterday. I think minus 140, and then by this evening, I think I saw it was minus 170 or something. By the time when we got it in late, it was 170, and I did my token. Just entertainment bet, no runs in the first inning, one of my favorite bets of all time. And I was clearly a loser. I was glad when the Nationals scored, actually. But that was just for entertainment purposes only. But that Yankee bet was the Yankees win. I'm still unscathed. Right. Cool. And I kind of went big on the Yankees tonight so that it could kind of clean up a lot of my mess from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday if we can get this Yankee win in here. So.
And then we got 4 o'clock. I mean, how many games tomorrow? I can't even.
Full slate.
We're good. We're every day. This is the beauty of we can relish one thing for the COVID-19, that it's just every day there's going to be multiple games, and then starting a week, I think from today, we got hockey, NBA, and then hockey. So it's going to be like tournament time. This is going to be great. We're going to Fast and Furious, and we are on Sports Watch Monitor, correct?
Right. The picks on for today on Sports Watch Monitor, and we'll be putting those on there all the time. I can say I put my money where my mouth is, Webb. I got what you yesterday or the day before. I got like 16 prop futures bets, whatever you want to call them. I'm on every underdog baseball team. One of them teams got to make the playoffs and give me something to watch at the end of the season, because I didn't like the numbers on the Yankees or the Dodgers and stuff like that. I just didn't like them. So I went with all the big guys. But I did take the A's and the Phillies like I talked about last week. But then I got money. I got something on everybody. I got some overs and unders. I got 11 World Series teams, and
it was one of those texts, Smith, that was like pages. So I had to break it down. I had to take it piece by piece. I wrote shit down. I took pictures.
I felt bad for you.
It took me like a half an hour. Devin's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing this for Uncle Smitty. It's all right. It's all right."
I felt bad for you because I was like,
"Oh, listen,
a lot of paperwork goes.
I love that. It's all done. It's in. It's done. So it was great. I'm like, "Oh shit, this is." I'm like, "Thank you." Some normalcy.
All right, fair enough. But I'm on that shit. Real quick, want to go. So we got baseball season, right? And then for some reason, the great right north wants to step on rain on our parade here in the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't. It's the American pastime, Webb. The American pastime, and now Toronto Blue Jays are banned from playing in their home stadium.
And then they got banned. The state of Pennsylvania banned them on top of that. So they were supposed to play at, I want to say PNC, wherever the Pirates play. So they banned them. Now, what you're going to bring in, how many dudes on a team? I don't know, 25, whatever the number is. They're going to fly into a private airport on a private plane. They're going to go from there to the stadium, the ballpark. No fans. They're not going to talk. They're not so interact. They're going to go from there, the 3-game series or whatever the number is. They're going to go to the hotel. You can't. There's not a motel, whatever, a Marriott that's dying to have the whoever the Blue Jays to give them $1 million for 6 months to just fucking shut the shit down. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I understand the Corona stuff, but it's not like they're going to be running around town and infecting. There's no people in the stands, and they would certainly be secluded or segregated, whatever.
And dudes are literally getting tested every day.
Right.
There is no safer group of 50 or like say it's a media and everybody else. It's 150 people. There is no safer 150 people in a group in the world than that.
And if anyone has got that, dude is immediately going to be packed away. So yeah, it's I don't get it either.
I say come down here, play at New Orleans Zephyr Stadium, and you can stay at one of the hotels here in New Orleans. That's what I think. But oh well. All right, but Canada, man, I got a real problem. I got a little problem. We kind of, in my eyes, we kind of protect the Canadians a little bit.
Yeah.
They can get their free health care because we got so much money in defense. They don't got to worry about defense. They know nobody's coming over here to fuck with us.
Right, no doubt.
So, you got the Justin Trudeau, Justin Bieber, Canadians. Bob and Doug McKenzie, Canadians.
Hey.
What's going to happen with the hockey? Is Canada going to diss the hockey?
No, it's a bubble. It's like a bubble type thing. But isn't the?
I thought one of the bubbles was going to be in Canada.
Yes, it is. But but isn't the Blue Jay, whoever comes in and out? I don't know. Isn't that going to be a secluded, a de facto bubble? I don't know. I don't know. And again, these guys are playing. I don't agree with it. I don't understand why they would do that, but. And then, well, obviously they had some type of valid point because the state of Pennsylvania said the same fucking thing.
Right. I don't know. Well, I mean, they got the Phillies are playing, the Pirates are playing.
Right. They'll park it wherever they tell them to park it. Again, they'll take over a hotel. How great would that be if you're a Marriott in rural, Pennsylvania? Here's the Toronto Blue Jays going to stay here for 3 months.
You can build a field in a cornfield and let them stay at your hotel. If they build it, they will come.
Listen, if I can get my shit correct here, I'll get it going right now. They can play down the street in Marucci. You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding? I don't know.
All right. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that, but hopefully Toronto can get their shit worked out. It ain't my problem, but it seems like Canada kind of dissed us a little bit on that.
But now I'm rooting for any Canadian teams in the NHL, and now I'm rooting but now it's like now the Blue Jays are a lovable loser type thing. They got no home. Now I'm kind of rooting for the Blue Jays.
Right. If they can pull it off playing on the road all the time.
Right. How cool would that be? That's like a movie.
Yeah. I'd like to see. They're not going to pull that shit with no hockey.
Hell no. Everybody comes. Come up to Canada and play hockey in Canada. No baseball though.
Ask us for something again, Canada.
Right.
You lock your borders. We were racist when we locked our borders. I don't want to get into this. Canada, you're shutting your shit down, and I thought that was not cool to do. That's what you told us back in the day. I'm not getting it. I don't want to get into that. Yep. But Canada kind of disses on American pastime. You're fucking up our baseball. But
here it is, Smith.
Here goes the Wage Maker Express, baby. Here comes the Wage Maker Express. Right now, top of the sixth, Yankees up 4-1. Just in case anybody is listening to this live, which we don't do yet, but
right.
All right. So moving on, go to football in the NFC East, Web. The team formerly known as the Washington Redskins has come out with something today, and they're going to be known as the Washington Football Team.
Again, just the hits keep on coming. If you're an NFC, a Giant fan, a Cowboy fan, or the dude just, I don't know, how can you be so successful in one aspect of your life or whatever it is and just be such an incompetent buffoon? Like, it's almost a laughing. Like, what is Ron Rivera just shaking his head like, dude, what? I don't know what to do. I don't know. I mean, listen, they're cashing checks, no doubt. I mean, the players I'm talking about and the coaches. But you can't come up with something better than that real quick. I don't know, man. I guess the backpedaling or the spin doctoring is we want to make sure it's right, blah blah blah, and they're going to go Alabama style, right, with the
numbers on the helmet.
Hey, you know what? Maybe they'll never go back. Maybe they're trendsetters.
What they're saying is maybe this is true, is that just for right now, this is almost like the stopgap until they come up with a name that's going to be permanent.
I get that, and you don't want to put the pedal on punch the ticket on a name you're gonna have to change next year or whenever. But I don't know, man. You got to be able to do something better than that.
Right. I think what they should do is maybe pull like a Prince and be like the artist formerly known as the Washington Redskins. That would work. Just do a symbol.
Put a symbol.
Just make a symbol. That's what's your team stat?
Symbol. Yeah, that's right.
So real quick, before we move any further, we got some more. I got so caught up in the baseball going on. We got more exciting news today, Webb. I want to talk about ThriveFantasy.com.
Here we go.
Quick. All right. ThriveFantasy.com is a website, an app, whatever you want to call it, that's got daily fantasy plays, daily fantasy contests. Covers all sports: baseball, football, basketball, NASCAR, golf, all that stuff. And you can mix and match. I want over in this. I want this guy to hit this many home runs. You pick like 5 or 10. They got different contests, all kinds of stuff on there, and it's real money. Real money.
Real American money.
American dollars, right? So here's what you do, right? If you can check it out, I have a link on our Facebook page. I have a link on our Facebook group. I have a link on our website. If you go to the link and you go to ThriveFantasy.com and enter with $20, you can get in for $20. And if you put in promo code WagerMakers, all one word, WagerMakers, all one word, at ThriveFantasy.com, you get matching $20.
So you get 40 for 20.
So you $40. So you'd be $40. You can put $100 in, but you get $20 max.
Right.
But all you need to do is go to the website, ThriveFantasy.com, and we got a good partnership with those guys. Really nice guys. I've been talking to them, and we got a good partnership. ThriveFantasy.com. You start a thing. Hit the promo code WagerMakers, all one word, and you put $20 on your thing, and you'll get $20 bonus cash. So you have
free money, as Scott Wheatley likes to say.
They got all kinds of contests, all kinds of different fantasy. Webb, you've let it be known how you feel about fantasy. This has got fantasy football, fantasy everything, all in one. You can say if certain guys have home runs. Oh, I don't like to look at this now. I'm looking. Looks like they got some mean lightning and shit going on in the background of this game. I think we're through the 5th inning, so hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We got some same weather here, so.
All right.
It's going to come through. They're playing this game. They're going to get an official game, and there's no doubt in my mind.
What's the rule on that? Do you got to just go? I thought you just go 5 innings and
5.5. 5.5.
Oh, so into the 6th?
Correct. The home half of the away half of the 6th.
Oh shit. All right. Well, we got to get some more playing in here.
Right.
All right. So moving on. Webb, Mike Tyson. They're saying
I saw this.
Out of retirement, bro. I seen the videos, man. I would not want to fucking mess with that dude.
I wouldn't want to mess with him, 2 years ago or whatever it was. But come on, is this a joke? What are they gonna do? Him and Roy Jones,
make a lot of money. That's what they're gonna do.
Right, but what are they really gonna hit it? Come on, this to me is silly. Dude.
It's Mike Tyson. If he's fighting, I'm watching.
No, hey, of course, hey, no doubt. You're not going to be the only one.
It's going to be everything.
But that's a silly thing to me. I don't know.
I'm looking at it right along the ticker right there. It says, why are you going to fight? Mike Tyson says, I'm fighting because I can do it. That's it.
There you go. Good enough reason for me. You going to argue with him?
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Hell no.
All right. So Mookie Betts, Webb. We talked about the Dodgers, all the moves they made this year. 12 years, $365 million. The only one that makes more money than him now is Trout on the Angels.
So 12, that's a long deal, but I don't know why.
Major League Baseball is crazy.
Why would they do that? And then Kershaw signed that deal, and he went on the IR today. He was supposed to. Come on, like, what? You fell down, you picked up the soap, and you hurt your back. Come on, dude. I don't know. I don't understand why an owner or owners. I guess that's like corporation. I think the Dodgers. I don't know why, for what, why now? I don't know how it helps them. I don't
understand why these dudes pay that much money for baseball. I get supply and demand. I ain't dissing anybody for making money, all that shit. But it just seems like time and time again, the teams that do this, it doesn't pan out. I mean, great, like the Angels. Okay, so
how old is he? Do you know?
I think he's very in his prime. I'm sure he's got good.
Yeah, but 12 years from now.
Right. Well, that's the whole in baseball. Right. Well, you're gonna end up with a Bobby Bonilla shit by the time it's all over with.
Well, how about Albert Pujols? I mean, the Angels paid him for shit he did for the Cardinals. Come on. I don't. More power to the player. You're gonna take it. I mean, they're gonna give it to you. You're gonna take it. But I don't get the logic behind it.
And Trout Trout's was a 12-year deal too for $430 million. So I guess that kind of set the. But the thing is, what have the Angels done? You know, do you want to have this good dude play in your stadium every day? Do you want to win some games? What do you think makes you more appealing to the fans?
Right.
Winning some goddamn games. Spread that shit out a little bit, man.
Let's say Mike Trout left and you got 4 players and you made the playoffs. Would the fan base be happier? I mean, exactly. I know what my answer is, but
winning brings the people. That's what brings
no doubt.
I like to see Mike Trout play too, but I would like to see him play in an important game
in October, right, or a meaningful game after Labor Day. You know what I mean? Oh, you're totally gone. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Maybe my weather here. Oh, there you go.
No, it's me. I don't know why my shit turns off like that.
It's backwards now.
Pissing me off. I don't know why. There's no reason why it should turn off like that. But we'll keep it good. We'll keep rolling. And yeah, so I mean, I think the Angels fans would love to see Trout play an important game.
Of course. Well, that's what you want. You want your best player up, bottom of the 9th, game 7 type thing. Believe me, I'm all in. I know you're all in, but you gotta get from A to B, and you can't give a guy whatever 90% of the money and then expect the other team to come up. That's the thing, the Patrick Mahomes thing. It said, you see the article, Patrick Mahomes said he called after he signed his deal. He called Chris Jones, the defensive end or tackle, to listen, man, I left money on the table for you. You better get your ass in here. And it worked out. And now you got the same exact opposite with fucking Dak Prescott. I don't know, Listen, right. I don't blame. Listen, these pro athlete contracts are astronomical, but you're getting $100 million guaranteed, dude. I don't know where. I don't know how it can get much better.
Oh well. All right, so NFL, we're July 24th always means getting real close to NFL camps going in, and this year's no exception, even with the COVID. But NFL players came out last week, a whole bunch of them collectively tweeting about the NFL and about their rules for, dealing with COVID, whatnot, and all that stuff. So I think they're moving forward, but I don't know if they're getting their issues worked out.
Yeah, I mean, they just came back and said no preseason games, which I think we all knew was coming, which I guess is fine. It hurts a team like the Cowboys. It helps the other veteran teams. It does hurt that tweener, undrafted free agent type guy or the 7th or 8th round draft pick that show out in a preseason game. But the NFL is going to play, dude. That's the bottom line. And these guys, you're going to mention. I know DeMarcus Lawrence is on our list here, and it pisses me off because they just gave this dude like $90 million guarantee. Now he's saying, "Oh, they're going to hold me." Like he's bitching that if he doesn't show up, they're not going to pay him. How does that? I don't understand the mindset where if you're not going to show up, you're going to get. They already, when you signed your contract, they gave you $90 million, whatever the number was on the signing bonus. So now you're going to be pissed off if you don't show up. You're not going to get fucking paid. I can't get that. I cannot wrap my mind around it, no matter who it is.
Right. Look, I think with DeMarcus Lawrence, to his defense a little bit, I think he's got a pregnant wife at home or something like that.
That's not. Don't get it twisted.
I got you. You're saying, look, if you don't show up, it's no problem.
Right. I understand.
But you can't expect money.
Right. We're not going to pay you.
Right. Nobody goes to work and don't get. Nobody doesn't go to work and gets paid.
Right.
Not like this. Not the $90 million shit.
Right. We're not going to give you $2.3 million a game when you're not getting right. I get it. You're having your daughter, your wife is pregnant, whatever. It's all about. You better put that hat back on, dude.
Yankees, baby. I like this hat.
Keep the hat on. I got video.
That's my haircut.
Yeah, we have video now.
All right. So, okay, here we go. NBA, Webb. This is our last show before. Well, we're going to do an NHL show next week. But NBA tips off this week coming up. I got the rules right here. Okay, Webb.
Oh, wait, just text me. He said it's an official game. He said.
Yeah, they're on a break right now. So hopefully. Right. All right. So here's the deal, right? So 22 teams out of the 30 teams make it to the bubble. Okay. Yep. There's 8 games left for every team to finish the regular season. Okay. The top 7 teams in each conference automatically advance to the playoffs. The number 8 seed in each conference will be determined with a potential play-in tournament before the traditional 16 teams. What happens is if the 8th team
right,
is more than 4 games ahead of the 9th team, then the 8th team goes in.
It's over. Gotcha.
That's it. If the 8th team is 4 games or fewer ahead of the 9th team, then they play a series in which the 9th team has to beat the team twice.
So now what if it's a tie? Like say there's 2 teams that are whatever numbered 41 and 41 that are 4 games behind that 8th place team. There's 2 teams that are in 9th place.
I'm sure there will either be some type of tiebreaker or maybe a play-in game to play in the play-in game.
Right. Gotcha.
I didn't go that far.
No, I'm just. That's what the first thing that came to mind.
And so far, like in the East, it's pretty much a done deal. Okay, Magic is at number 8, and the Wizards are about 5.5 games behind.
And they got a couple guys not even coming. I don't think.
Right. And the same. There's a few teams like that. I think the Nets have a bunch of guys not playing. They're at the 7th seed right now. But the West is much more wide open. Okay, so
let me ask you this. Is it possible for the Nets to drop out somehow? Can they go to 9? Does that look like it's feasible?
Well, they would have to almost
0-8.
They're actually only a half a game ahead of the Magic at 8, so they could, but they would almost have to be 2-6, and the other team go 8-0,
7-1, right? Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? It would almost have to be right. It would almost have to be that kind of
storm type thing. Right.
Yeah. Okay, in the West, you got the Grizzlies are number 8, and number 7's not an issue. That's the Mavericks. There's 8 games ahead of.
They're in
7 games ahead of the Grizzlies.
Right.
Okay. So, but you got the Blazers, the Pelicans, the Kings are all about 3.5 games behind the Grizzlies, and the Spurs and the Suns are also there. They're a little further back, but that's kind of like where we're at right now with those teams. The upper echelon teams don't seem like their seeds can change that much. In other words, the Bucks have like a 6-game lead, give or take, over the Raptors at the number 2.
Well, that's good East. That season that we had at least counted for something.
There's 65 games into the season. To make it not count would be ridiculous.
Wow. Okay. I agree.
It's got to count for something, you know. So, and the same thing with the Lakers are 5 games, 5.5 ahead of the Clippers that are the number 2 spot, and the Nuggets. Some of those 2nd, 3rd, 4th teams they might switch. The Clippers are only 1 game ahead of the Nuggets, and the Nuggets are 1 or 2 games ahead of the Jazz. So some of those things can switch up in the middle. But the biggest thing is who's making the playoffs, I guess.
Right.
So,
no doubt.
Got the Blazers, Pels, and Kings at a sprint to try and catch the Grizzlies is what it kind of looks, or just to be within 4 games of the Grizzlies is what.
Right. That's the number. I'm rooting for just Ja Morant. I saw he seems to be putting in work, and anything I see on whatever. So I'm rooting for them just for him. He seems to be a good kid and a smaller school dude. So I'm rooting for him.
Right. And then I guess, like you said, what if there's 3 or 4 teams that are exactly 3 games out of the spot? They got to have some type of way to play. And unless their head-to-head matchups in these 8 games are like the number 1 tiebreaker or something.
Right. Hey, hold on. I got to.
Man, it's like coming down like crazy right now in the
oh, is it
baseball game? So hopefully it is official.
Just end, baby. That's fine. It'll get us till that's what time the other game starts in an hour.
Right. So if they gets through 5, that should be good, right?
Yes, it's official.
All right. So moving on. So it's pretty tight, those last teams. But the funny thing about the NBA is, like, we talked about this before. They made up all these rules for Zion.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And he's not there.
You're right. And that's, you know what? That's all right. That's still kudos to the NBA. I got no problem with that. This whatever's going on here is ridiculous. With, you know, shit changes every day, so you can't blame the NBA for that. It's just unfortunate. And I was, you know, based on, I'm a closet Pelican fan, so I had nothing against them. I think I mentioned for Zion, maybe the only player from Duke I can kind of half root for.
He could be back. We don't know what the situation really is. Possible. It's a whole week away. It's possible he could be back in time. And he's been tested every day, even at home.
Right.
So. All right. So, but that is going to make it a little difficult when we look at the, we're looking at the chances to win the championship, chances to win the East, chances to win a West. Webb, I got the numbers right here.
Love it. I'm ready.
All right. I pulled these off of betonline.com. And obviously the ones that you would think of being the favorites are the ones there. To me, it's not a lot of value in some of those similar to the Yankees-Dodgers situation in baseball. You got the Lakers at plus 240 and the Clippers at plus 300 are the two tops. And that's to win. That's to win it all. That's to win it all.
That still seems like a worthwhile bet to me on either one of those.
Right. Certainly they're going to be right there. In the end.
I'm definitely not rooting for the Lakers. I would love to see Kawhi and Doc Rivers get that done, but you know, I still think it's worth it. It's still a decent value for what you're getting.
All right. Well, I'm also there's the Wager Makers Best coming through again. We don't ignore it anymore. We embrace. Embrace right. So in the East, the favorite is Bucks at plus 325. And those are
Bucks. That's my team. I'm rooting for them. I bet them early on. I bet them over 56 wins. I'm not sure if I'm going to get paid on that or not. It's still in there. Hopefully I do. Maybe we'll see how they play out these last 8 games. But that they were probably, in my opinion, were the team that got hurt the most by this whole break. They were hot. Giannis was ridiculous. I'm a fan of his. He seems to be a good, young man type thing. And I like the team, the fact that they're the Bucks, they're the team, they're small market. They don't have this ridiculous payroll, Knicks, Nets, Lakers, Clippers type shit. For me, that's my team I'm hoping for. And I do have them to win it all as well.
I would love them. I love the Greek Freak. He's a bad fucker. And I would love to see him dominate Anthony Davis in the finals. Nothing would make me happier other than Zion going in and dominating him in the finals. I would love to see, obviously that can't happen, but they could in the Western Conference Finals. But I would love to see anyone just go in there and just push Anthony Davis around like a big weak piece of shit.
But
that's
to me, man, that's not even a comparison. That dude, I mean, I don't know.
He's a man. He's a man amongst a boy.
He's a baby man. He's not even good yet. He don't know how good he is. That's the scary thing. He hasn't, he ain't LeBron. He wasn't doing this, he's been doing it, same thing, but it's different. He doesn't realize he's good.
Yeah. And just so you know, the numbers to win the Eastern and Western Conference with those 3 teams, Lakers are plus 160. The Clippers are plus 180 to win the West. And Bucks are by far and away the favorite to win the East at minus 155.
Yeah, well, there you go. That tells you right there. So who's the second favorite? The Sixers?
Well, no. They got the Celtics and then the Sixers.
And the Raptors?
Celtics, as far as the championship, is 1,400. And for the conference is plus 650.
All right. I mean, this to me, this little bubble, this is where some coaching can actually play into it, even maybe more than the talent. I'm not going to go. I mean, I think that it's addition by subtraction when Kyrie left there. I think I'm a Brad Stevens fan. I think he's a good coach. I think Nick Nurse is a ridiculously good coach up in Toronto. So that may be a sneaky bet. I don't think they're going to win it, the championship. I mean, but they could do some damage. So that's what kind of
Right.
That's one of the ones I'm thinking about.
Well, looking at the next rung of teams, since you brought it up, I'm kind of looking at the Sixers, Webb, for the East.
Dude, coach Britt Brown can't coach, and the other dude, that's a team full of dudes that love Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. They're young. I'm not trying to bash that, but I'm not sure they have the intestinal fortitude to get that done.
Speaking of which, they have Ben Simmons.
They're talented. Yeah.
He's coming back. Ben Simmons is coming back from injury. He wasn't there for a long time during the regular season. They're plus 2,000 to win it all, but they're plus 800 to win the East. I think Embiid might have a chance. Embiid and Ben Simmons, if everybody's healthy and everybody's playing, they got a chance to do something.
Embiid is playing? Excuse me. Ben Simmons is strictly playing power forward now. He's not playing point guard. Is that true? Is that correct?
I don't know. I don't know.
And they got.
I know he can't shoot
Harris.
those. That's what.
Well, he can't. He's the dude's been in the league like 5 years. He took like 5 3-point.
Right.
Stupid. So,
right. As far as
them based on the coaching, I don't believe in them based on the coaching and the fact that I'm not sure that they're tough enough in their heads.
Fair enough. The Raptors are another team in the East that's right around that same number. They're at plus 2,000 to win it all and plus 750 to win the East.
For them, they're almost the exact opposite of the Sixers. Less talent, more heart, and better coaching.
All right. Another team, now go back to the West, another team in that same price range. Man, to me, if you got a team with Westbrook and Harden, you got a team that's got a chance to do something. I'm not a fan of Harden in the playoffs, obviously. Rockets have never done well in the playoffs, but they're at plus 1,200 to win it all. And plus 700 to win the West.
Never gonna fucking happen. Fuck that.
Right. I think the biggest issue. It seems like it was even another season ago. But remember, the Rockets are playing with that like super small lineup. That's never going to get through.
That's not gonna
eventually,
happen.
That gimmick shit that might work in a regular season in the NBA for some wins, but it's not going to. It's
D'Antoni cut his teeth in Europe. They don't play any defense. You're not beating LeBron and or Kawhi. You're not beating Doc Rivers. There's much better. I'm a big Nuggets guy. I love the Nuggets. The Jazz, I would take much. Don't waste your money on the Rockets.
All right. Speaking of Nuggets, okay, solid team. They're plus 2,000.
That's
same
a bet.
Thing, same number, same area. Better than the Rockets, and plus 1,200 to win the West.
That's
interesting. I've been seeing some really good highlights of the kid Manute Bol's son that came out of Oregon.
Yep.
Right. Bol, exactly. And he came out of Oregon and got drafted really high by them. And but he hurt his ankle going into the season, never played. But now he's healthy. I'm watching highlights from the bubble and the practices, and he's going nuts. Now, whether or not that's just practice shit or what, or whether he's going to contribute in these last 8 games, who knows? But he might get some time. This dude, super talented. He's tall and lanky like his dad was, but way more ability.
Not even compare, right? I mean, the answer is he's going to contribute, but he's never been hit by these guys. LeBron and them will body him; they'll take care of him. But he's going to certainly contribute, and that's a good coach too, Malone. That's a team that's scary. I love the Joker, Djokovic. They got the dude Murray, I think the point guard from Kentucky. That's a team that's scary, dude. They're legit, no doubt.
All right, so you get Nuggets at a good price. I said the Sixers, not Webb.
What about the Jazz?
I'm just noting a couple of these things down. For another team with a good price, I'm a big fan, Webb, of Luka Doncic.
Hell yeah.
All right, the Mavs are plus 3,300 to win it all and plus 1,800 to win the West.
Who else is on that squad? I know Luka's a baller. They might have my man Harrison Barnes, you at UNC Love. I'm a fan too. Obviously, Luka's the man. I just think Rick Carlisle's a coach too. I'm not down on that. I mean, I'm not sure they have the horses, but they'll be scary. You'll get your money's worth. Let me put it like that.
It's a long shot, but that's what you're looking at when you're at 3,300 to 1 or 1,800 to 1. Okay. So the next tier kind of moves down a little bit. Okay, so we're talking about back to the East, and the Heat is at that 3,300 to win it all and plus 800 to win the East.
I mean, a proven franchise. Spolstra can coach. He's been in the battles. I just, you know what? I'd put him above the Sixers, but I don't know that Jimmy Butler's a baller. He's hardcore, but he's one of these guys that kind of pisses off his teammates. And when it gets down to that crunch time, I think you need all the, kumbaya. Everything's got to kind of be love at that point. they'll be tough. I'm not disputing them, but that's they're better than the Sixers in my book. But I doubt it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
All right, you got the Jazz. Now we get down to a totally different price level, and whether or not you feel like taking a flyer at some of these. I did some of this kind of stuff in baseball, but I probably will not in basketball. I think it's less wide open than, with a series and all that shit. It's a little less wide open. The Jazz, Oklahoma City, the Blazers are all at about 6,000 to 6,600 to 1 to win the championship. And they're all at about 3,000 or 3,300 to 1 to win 30 plus 3,300, not 3,300 to 1, plus 3,300 to win their respective conferences.
For those three, they're going to be value every game based on the number they're going to be getting. In particular, the Blazers, they were banged up the whole time. Dame Lillard's a baller, but they got a couple guys back. And I'm thinking that the number is going to reflect the regular season. It's not going to be indicative of the squad that they're going to roll out there. I don't think they're going to go past. It depends who they play, but maybe those three teams in particular, I would throw a flyer on the Jazz out of all of them. But they're going to be value picks in terms of the number they're getting each night.
Right. And then I think the Blazers is getting back that European guy. I think Nurkic,
and then there's a big white center they have, a big dude that's coming back too. And that's like how they typically play. And then
you got the two dudes that can just score like crazy.
Right. You got Dame and the other guy. Yeah. You got Dame and the other dude. Yep. Yeah.
So and then we move down in the level all by himself is kind of like the Pelicans are 10,000 to 1 to win it all. Plus 10,000, not 10,000 to 1, and then plus 5,000 to win the West. So,
I mean, those two right there,
on Zion and whatever.
Happy to be there type thing. You're looking for progress. They were obviously counting on Zion. Everyone was counting on Zion. If they do have them, that changes. If they don't have him, that certainly changes things. If they don't have him, just don't even bother. They're going to get smoked. I think that's going to be deflating on every level, but if he's there, they'll be competitive. They're going to give you a best.
I would like to see them make it into the playoffs, whether through the little playoff thing or little whatever. And then because then if they're the 8th seed, they'll be playing the Lakers, and I would love that. That's set up by the NBA. It's set up. Everything was set up by this to make that happen. I hope it happens. Whether or not they're going to knock LeBron off, I doubt that. But I would love to see that series go.
Right, even just for the game one alone, I would love to see that happen too.
Especially by then, another 8-10 games, Zion play. He seems to get better every single time he gets on the court. So.
For sure. I mean, like if there was, we talk about guys that are cut from a LT, MJ. This dude was. You're going to Frankenstein somebody up. This is the dude. He could probably play tight end or defensive end or whatever. But I mean, like I said, it's a lot for me to give some dude some love like I'm giving him. So that tells you all you need to say.
All right, and then we're really just getting in the has-beens. We've got also Rans or whatever. So we got the Pacers are 15,000 to win plus 15.
Not happening. Ladapo's out, right? Forget
the Grizzlies 20,000 win it all. Like I said, they stacked the decks against the Grizzlies to even make the playoffs. So, but I like that team. I think they're a young up and coming team. But they're not going to be there. The Nets 30,000 plus 30,000. Magic, Kings, Suns, and Wizards all really
done. It's a really done. The Kings at least have their team, I think. The Magic, I think they have their. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's a decent squad. They have some talented dudes. That may be worth, to look at taking, plus 8 or 10 in a couple games, but that you're playing with and fuck the Nets.
Yep. Fair enough. So we kind of like, it's not a big turnover, nothing going to jump out at you as being like a real dark horses. There's a couple teams we put out there that have some shots, the Nuggets, Mavs, maybe. Like I said, the Sixers, Webb's not so much, but we both think the Bucks will run it all and get into the championship, at least if you wanted to put some money on them to win the Eastern Conference. It'd be pretty hard to imagine them getting beat in a playoff series at this point by any team in the East. But like I said, I like the matchup with if Simmons is in there and and the big man for the Sixers to have a chance.
Embiid, and they got Lucius Harris. I don't know, but that's again in the coaching. He's going to get. That's going to be dude playing chess and the other dude playing checkers type thing. When it comes to the coaches, but I mean, I'm not disputing the talent of Embiid or that, but he's they're half knuckleheads, that whole team. So
cool
at this point.
Fair enough. All right, well. That's kind of our quick NBA. Don't forget, we'll be putting our picks up on our Instagram page. We got our baseball picks up today, Korean and American baseball.
It's up there.
It also goes on Twitter. It goes on our Facebook. We'll be doing daily NBA games, no doubt.
We're fast and furious are coming now.
Next week, NHL. NHL, we'll get some NHL tips going on for who to move forward with, and we'll go from there. Don't forget, please. Hey, it's not every state. I'm going to read you the states that the hell is it called?
I don't, dude. That's your thing.
That's my thing. Thrivefantasy.com.
That's it. Well, how can it be in New Jersey? That just doesn't make any sense.
It's not New Jersey. But Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, 21 minimum age, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, 19 minimum wage, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming, and Canada.
Yeah, fuck Canada.
So if you're out there in Canada and I hurt your feelings earlier, I apologize.
Right. That's just subscribe.
Go to
Thrivefantasy.com,
right? And put in promo code Wager Makers.
You got
one
$23.
word, not 2 words, 1 word. It's not case sensitive either. Wager Makers. And you get $20 added to your $20 sign up. All right. We got NHL next week. Everybody enjoy Major League Baseball. Looks like the Yankees going to win. We took the over in the Dodgers. And so hopefully teams score. And without Kershaw, that should help us.
Maybe I got the Dodgers. One of my bets, the Dodgers to win it all, and they're over 38. Now Kershaw's on the IR. It's at least 15 days. What's up with this dude, man? He was the first one who got that not even close to being worth it.
And it's a sprint.
Right,
and
exactly.
now you're starting pitchers out for a couple starts.
Right, more than that. Now I got another question for you, Smith. Who do you think? If you could pick one person in the world that's salivating at these contracts, who would it be?
What do you mean?
Who right now is considered a amateur athlete who is just laughing at all the money these fools are making? It's a quarterback.
Oh, your boy from Clemson.
Oh, dude,
he shouldn't even play this year.
Money is this guy gonna make, dude?
If they end up playing, he shouldn't even play. Dude, with this coronavirus only conference, what does he have to prove? He should just sit out. They got a picture of him proposing to his wife the other day. That's gonna be the richest girl in town.
You're very much smarter than her. Yes. Could you say yes fast enough?
Right.
I'll fucking marry him right now.
Right. So the dude's he's gonna make bank. He's gonna make bank. The problem is there's kind of a pay scale for that draft.
Correct. And what's his name? Sam Bradford changed the rule, but I saw it. I mean, the Cowboys drafted CD Lamb, 17, whatever, in the high teens, let's call it. And I think his deal was $14 million. So, I mean, I don't know what the first, but he's going to get that max. But they're going to sign it. They didn't wait with Mahomes. They didn't wait to. I don't know how long. There is a threshold you have to wait. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 years to pay him, but. Dude, it's going to be, $1 billion. It's going to be whatever.
Man-child. He's a man. He's another man-child. He just looks different. He just looks different than the other ones out there.
When he came in there, it was crazy. Just the blonde hair, like nothing bothered him. But I'm just going to throw some touchdowns. Crazy.
It was a big deal when they benched the dude to come to have
right. And dude left.
Nobody knew. Obviously, Clemson. Obviously, Sweeney's seen. Like, listen, I'm looking at you two dudes, and I know this dude hasn't played before, but I can see him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just everybody else raises hell because you're like, wait, this other guy, I think his name was Brian or whatever.
Right. I think it was.
And look, he played well. He was no Watson.
Oh, definitely.
But he played well. Clemson was still good.
Right.
But he said, look, if we're going to beat Alabama, we need this dude.
We're going to start running this off. Yeah, this is the dude that's going to be our guy. And that's a tough thing to do.
Right. So, all right. Well, don't forget. ThriveFantasySports.com, and I think we're going to have a representative of them on here in a couple days to kind of tell you a little bit about them and what they do. They can probably explain it better than me, but definitely promo code Wager Makers. I want to thank. Don't forget, go check us out on Facebook. Oh yeah, did you get your box yet?
Yours?
Come soon. What?
Did you get yours? What? I sent you some stuff. I feel bad. I forgot to get. We and Debbie forgot to get something for Sharon. There's just a shirt. I think it is.
You guys got some. You got your Wager Makers koozies coming on the way, and I'll make sure next week I'll be drinking a beer with the Wager Maker koozie. Yeah. So Facebook, the Wager Makers Podcast, Twitter at the Wager Makers. Instagram at the Wager Makers. Email us at thewagermakers@gmail.com. Check out our picks at sportswatchmonitor.com. John Groh, thank you for the bumper music. Can never forget Wilbur Investigations.
Never.
All right, Wilbur Investigations. Also check out Scott Wheatley's website, thethoroughbredreport.com.
Good man.
TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, Podbean, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. And Devin's going to tell you about YouTube. All right. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the night of baseball and the rest of the week. We got baseball all week long. And we're going to have our NHL kickoff, tip-off,
face-off
next week. And thank you all for listening. Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. We're back. We got Professional Sports in America live.
Not Canada.
And F Canada for what they did to the Blue Jays. Brick by brick, baby. Thank you for listening. Tell a friend.